In this simple part, you can see there is a small hole here, a square hole here. If you want to make a few more hole in this direction or in this direction, that means you have to make another sketch. You have to use another cart extrude. You can see I use this feature. This is cart extrude feature here. So if you see, you have to use the same feature. In that case, you can use linear pattern. Suppose if I use that linear pattern, I do not need to create another sketch, another same feature again. You can get this linear pattern under this feature tab. From this linear pattern drop down menu, you can get this linear pattern, or this is the linear pattern. When I activate this linear pattern, I have to mention the direction. I can mention this direction. On this direction, I will pattern the feature. There are some other option here. From here, you can see I can pattern the feature, I can pattern the face, I can pattern the body. I can pattern the feature in this lesson. So I already selected my direction. This is my direction. I mentioned my direction. Next, I have to mention the spacing. I can mention my spacing 25 from here. And if I want, I can mention my spacing from the graphic window also. I can put 20 here. It's the same thing. I can also mention the instances. How many instances do I need? I can mention that instances from here, or I can change from here. After putting my instances and spacing, then I can use this direction tool. I will use this direction tool later. First, I will select the feature to pattern. I can select this cart, extrude cart, or I can select from the graphic window. When I select this extrude cart, you can see it's showing the preview of the linear pattern, but in the different direction. That means in the wrong direction. So I have to change the direction. In the direction 1, I have to reverse the direction. When I reverse the direction, you can see this is in the correct direction, and I have to reduce the instances. It's 4 now. Now it fits within my part. It's okay. So this is the preview I can use, and when I press OK, you can see by using this linear pattern, I can make this repetitive hole very quickly. And there are some other options available. In direction 2, if I want to use in direction 2, like direction 1, I have to mention pattern direction first. I will select the pattern direction. In the second pattern direction, I have to mention the spacing. After putting my spacing, I have to mention my instances. When I put my instances, you can see this is the preview. I can add instances from this up arrow, or I can reduce with this down arrow. By this way, you can use in the second direction, but there is one thing you have to know. You can see when I am using in direction 2, in the direction 2, the whole pattern in the direction 1 will be patterned in the direction 2. Not the original one. If you want only the original one, if you want only the original one will be the pattern in the second direction, then you have to select this pattern seed only. When I press this pattern seed only, you can see this is the preview. For this moment, I will uncheck this pattern seed only. When I press OK, so very quickly you can make this pattern. There is another option. If I go to the bottom, instances to skip. Suppose if you do not need any instance, suppose I do not need this instance, this one, and this one. If I do not need these 4, I have to select this 4 and press OK. And if you change your mind, you may think you want your instance back. In that case, in the instance to skip box, you have to delete the mentioned instance. So I will delete this one. When I delete this one, or if I want to delete this one, you can see it comes again. So by this way, there are lots of options you can use with this linear pattern.